What's up, guys? How y'all doing today? Well, baby, if you were Keith D, it sounds like Diddy might have put in the green light on you. Now, listen, if y'all know what green light means, I didn't either. I was reading this article and halfway through it, I was like, what is the green light? Go? What does Simon says? But thank God I had some people around me to smack me in the back of the head and tell me to wake up. You guys, this is actually really, really interesting. Keefe D has gone out of his, Keefe D's son is now speaking, and he thinks that the rival people have put a hit on his family, and he traces it all back to Sean Diddy Combs. He traces it all back to Diddy. Now, listen, here's the thing. I don't know if this is true. I don't know if he's just talking. I don't know if whatever. I will say that I do believe that Diddy being involved in anything, especially if his dad has information that can lead to things, yeah, he thinks that Diddy got a lot of money and Diddy can make his dad go bye bye just like that. On top of that, right? On top of that, we got to remember that, and this is very, very interesting. He also thinks that the prosecutor mentioned Diddy's name a bunch of times to even get more heat on his dad and make his dad flip and turn evidence, I guess. This is what people are saying. On top of that, you got to think TMZ and everybody else is like, Diddy had nothing to do with the Keep D thing. If he didn't, then why did they mention Diddy's name 77 times? The investigators were clearly looking for something. Keith D himself was clearly looking for things. But now, because of what's going on, Keith D own son fears for not just his father's safety, but fears for his whole family's safety. All right, y'all, let's get into this. Hold on a second. This is really, really. Anyway, let's get into it. They're saying Tupac suspect Keith D's son breaks his silence, declaring Bloods want to execute my dad and it's prosecutors' fault. He called out prosecutors for bringing rapper Diddy into the case. And when I first heard this, I said, this better not be in defense of Diddy. It's not. They're saying that because they got Diddy into it. Now the other side is like, yo, so you did pay, because apparently, as much as Diddy is saying, it's not me, that can't be true, the people that are on the street actually they linked it up and they're like, yo, Keith's story is making sense. You were paid to do this. You did this. And now we going after you. Yeah, I know. It's a lot. They're saying they're saying it was revealed that Los Angeles Blood gang bosses have issued a murking order after Keefe's arrest for his media confessions to being the shot caller and rapper Tupac's 1996 passing. He hit back at prosecutors alleging they have incorrectly stated his ex-Compton Crip gang boss dad planned to blank witnesses giving evidence in his murder trial. That's another thing. Prosecutors are now saying that Keith D plans to off witnesses. Now, listen, I don't know if he does. And this is clearly his life. If he's innocent, this is a real tragedy. But if we believe that you murk Pac, then why would you murk everybody else to keep from going to jail? I mean, I don't believe in hurting other people, but would I do a bid? I don't know. Anyway, prosecutors could be putting 20 on 10, but the one thing everybody keeps going back to is prosecutors are 100% adamant to pull Diddy in this some way, somehow. People are even saying that the feds are investigating Diddy's involvement in this. And on top of that, Diddy has not been pulled into the trial, but they need Keith D to put the puzzle together. But here's the conundrum. And this is a conundrum. Prosecutors have not offered witness protection for Keith D's family, for his son, or for Keith D. They want Keith D, allegedly, to come out and make a definitive statement and point the finger at Diddy. They have all the other circumstantial evidence. They just need one person, which they're hoping it would be Keith D. But what's the problem in that? Well, for one thing, if Keith D says that Diddy paid him to do it, then Keith D is admitting that he did it. And if Keith D is admitting he did it, one of the longest standing feuds, one of the longest standing rivalries, one of the most longest standing beefs will be reenacted. Think about it. Keefe D has to keep saying, I'm innocent. I'm innocent. Maybe he is innocent. I don't know. I'm innocent. I'm innocent. I didn't do it. Because if he admits he did it, one, well, that does put a green light. Just learn that. That does put a green light on you. That does put you and your family and everybody on notice. It does jeopardize safety. But you have to admit you did it in order to point the finger at Diddy. Because it seems like to me, that's what prosecutors want. So this is the conundrum. Now, if you know about prosecutors or you watch Law and Order or anything that's happened, you know a couple of things. They like to put the squeeze on people. And just because you don't want to do it, it doesn't mean they won't make you do it. Y'all, what am I talking about? I think this is why Diddy's name is being brought up. I think why they keep having it in the papers, because they are trying to force Keefe D to come out and say something. How are they doing this? Well, it might be a little bit underhanded, but think about this, right? Just think about this. So you're doing all this stuff, you're trying to stay quiet. You're like, I'm just going to stay quiet and I'll be fine. They start putting out stuff. No, you worked with Diddy. They released the phone call of you talking. They got a recording of you saying you did it. Diddy was paid. Somebody, guy Eric Zip received $1 million. That million was supposed to go to you. They released all that information into the wild. Why? Because they want rival gang members to hear it. And they want to put you in a situation of, if you think being quiet is going to keep you safe, it's not. And we've released enough information that everybody on the streets already made up their mind. And I'll tell you what, nobody's very happy with you. Have you checked on your family? Have you checked on your friends? I'm just saying, nobody's being very happy with you right now. So why don't you just sit down and tell us everything you know about this Diddy situation? And why don't you start singing like a canary? I mean, really singing. Give us the ins and outs. And we'll look into getting witness protection for you and your family. Okay? Or you can roll the dice, be found guilty, go away. When you go away, something happens to you. Something also happens to your family. These are the choices that right now the prosecution is giving him. Again, from my point of view, it looks like they are trying to strong arm him into saying, yes, I did it. I was not lying. And Diddy paid me and I have the proof. Again, he thinks he's going to be too slick and be like, well, I just won't say anything. Because if I don't say anything, I won't be in trouble. But he's already in trouble because his son is already coming out and saying that people have been following this and they now think that he's the one that murked Pop. They said he hit back on prosecutors for alleging they have incorrectly stated his ex-Compton Crip gang boss dad planned to murk witnesses giving evidence in his murder trial. The Clark County District Attorney told a judge that a witness was potentially in danger after Keefe was recorded discussing a green light with his son. But Dwayne Jr. insists the audio played in court and obtained by the U.S. Son was misrepresented by prosecutors, insisting Keefe is the one whose life is in risk. Again, I believe this man's son. I think prosecutors are being cute and twisting stuff so that because look at this. He was supposed to get bail. The game, WAC 100 bought almost $1 million to get him out on bail. They wouldn't take the money. Now he's speaking to his family, and I don't think he'd be stupid enough to say, oh my God, like, yeah, let's do. I don't think, because all calls are recorded. So now you take in a simple conversation with a son and you twist in that, all to make sure he doesn't make bail. Why are you making sure he doesn't make bail? So once he sits in there, he's in solitary confinement, but he feels scared, and this will make him flip on Diddy. Frustrated, the son broke his media silence to tell the world the truth about my dad, expressing his fears that the 61-year-old's safety while in custody at Clark County Detention Center in Las Vegas, it's a big jeopardy. In an impassioned interview, he explained that blood gang member friends from Los Angeles warned him that his father could be murked. Dwayne Jr. also complained that Chief Deputy District Attorney Mark Diagiacomo has misconstrued his conversation with his dad, noting he would be stupid to make threats to a witness knowing he was being recorded. He said, if you go back to the call, I told my dad it was a green light on us. It was a hit on our side. My dad was like, huh? A guy who was blood from Compton, who I know, told me it's a green light on my family. Listen to the tape. I'm not a gang member, I promise you that. They don't give a F about our safety. If you put a green light on somebody, why am I not in jail? He explained his dad had been a target from rival blood gang members or affiliates since he was arrested by Metro officers last summer. He added, we never had a problem until my dad got arrested. Okay. Then they talking about this green light on our family. Like, what the F? Asked to explain why Bloods would want his dad terminated. They were thinking that my dad is a person who did it. So to say, I got to tell you this, my dad was a legend off of selling drugs. Tupac, they didn't talk about blanking nobody. They talked about him selling dope. Anyway, he said, I warned my dad about his safety. If I knew um the claim that he had given a green light to terminate a witness was about to be all this, I would not even have said it. Why would I say that? Why would I say put a green light on someone when I know I was being recorded? Watch your back, dad, is basically all I was saying. I don't know who is in that jail. There could be some guys from Compton in there. I wanted to let him know to be careful. He also expressed his worry about recent court papers in which rap mogul Diddy was mentioned 77 times and accused of orchestrating a termination on Tupac. Representatives for Diddy have not yet responded to requests. But the guy said, I feel like they're putting us more in danger bringing up Diddy. He is rich as hell. Again, I agree. Um, uh, Diddy, I don't know if he's rich as hell, but I'm sure he got a few more million to make that problem go away. Y'all, what are you thinking about this? I tend to believe what the son's saying, but I want to hear your opinion and what you think. I think the prosecutors are trying to make him flip. I think. I think the prosecutors are trying to make him flip. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Also, really quick before I go, do you think they're trying to make a flip? Because this is another angle. We can talk about this in the live tomorrow. Who's the one pushing things? Is Diddy paying people to make Keefe D go away? Because if you guys don't know, Jay-Z is helping Tupac's estate actually investigate this to actually see who's behind it. All roads are leading back to Diddy. Again, we'll see what's what in a couple of weeks, but I don't know. Talk to y'all later. Bye.